my day's lesson planning for all my students. I've gotten all of my chords done. I did a little practicing on those, and I wanted to make a little bit, I guess, sense out of what it is this channel is. And if you watch these and you've never heard an explanation of why I do what I do, maybe you could do what you do too. The marketplace for music has changed. You can express yourself any way you feel on any different instrument, and there are a multitude of different people and places to do that with. So this is just one outlet that I have that I like. I don't do social media, so I'm not on Twitter or Instagram right now. Might be in the future, but probably not. I do like YouTube. It's been there for a while. I've tried many different projects, and I've done many different uses of YouTube. Those of you who play music and save your backing tracks know that you probably have a YouTube channel that has a lot of your old videos. So there's a whole bunch of channels out there that have a whole bunch of videos that I recorded back in the day. And inevitably, it's just a process and a chronological, video showing here and there what's going on. A lot of the different posts that were made video-wise are charismatic, and they reflect my true nature. I love music. I feel that music is the one thing that I like to shine at. There are a lot of other things that I dig doing, but this is definitely it. So when I find myself in the position to be able to give away for what I've learned and acquired, I realize that I'm always learning. So there's a lot of maturity and a lot of wisdom that comes from knowing that you don't know a lot about anything until you realize when teaching that the things that you know nobody really knows, and when they know those, it's an amazing experience and feeling. So some of the core things that I'd like to talk about are the reason why I do these things. One is I live on an island in a rock where everybody has an ukulele of some sort and can play a couple chords here and there. The one thing I would like to do is add just a little tactical knowledge to that. So when the kumus are teaching just basic chords, like on a standard uke, this is a C major. On a baritone, it's a G. Just being able to talk about what that difference is would require having a baritone uke in an ukulele circle. And I've been in many ukulele circles. Generally, it's a lot of soprano uke. So there are a multitude of different ukuleles out there. And then if you're playing a different style of music, like Caribbean music, you could also have steel drums, which gives it a very rhythmic percussion type of feeling. So the concept behind this is each week I wanted to jump on here and talk about things that are very important in music, like how to play scales, how to do right hand rhythms or left hand rhythms, whatever your strumming hand is, how to practice and how to play. I mean, there's a difference between playing and practicing. Right now, rather than annoying you, I would be doing something like, then I get rid of the body movement. It comes out on stage when I'm playing though. And then I try and think of what I'm doing and what fingers I'm using and how the concepts are and how do I change that one way. Adding a note or adding a different note that shouldn't be there. What does that change that chord to? What key am I in the beginning? How did I get there? What is the relative key to that? How do I find these relative keys, and how do I use all the notes inside of them, and how do I know those? Well, did theater, did choir, had a wonderful choir director, Tammy Walker in Missouri. I have had many different wonderfully talented musicians show me a thing or two when they had 5 minutes here and there. And over a course of 25 years of just meeting random people that play music, being able to emulate and ask questions, stepping aside, putting aside the ego, putting aside all the things that you would normally think of are the drawbacks and the things that keep you from accelerating in any field, no matter what you're doing, is being open, honest, and accepting of it. So with music, it's very interesting to be open, honest, and accepting, because it's dominated by certain aspects of it. I'm not going to get into all ramifications of that because I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not complaining. I love it. I'm actually making and transitioning from doing labor and real jobs to being a full-time musician, meaning teaching, gigging, recording, playing, flying, doing what I need to do to play. If I can't find an instrument, I will make it. So the concept behind this is I would like to document on this channel the process of what it is just to play music, to kind of be music. So if you are music, please join me each week. And if you aren't music and you stumbled upon this channel and you're watching this right now and you're thinking the things that this person is talking about seem irrational musically, because all I want to do is just play a, you can. The idea is when knowing that's a G, and that we could go to a relative second, which is a minor. We can go up to a B sus, give it some life. We can play like a F sus and give F major some life and do resolutions back to the F to give a feeling. The concept is I feel when I'm playing music. Music is for me. And there are many, many others out there. Relatively, I was talking about a belated birthday for a very, very belated birthday for one of my best friends I have not talked to in quite a long time. And now that I'm finally making the journey in the process mentally and physically, financially, spiritually, to actually get in a place and a mindset to be able to do my craft, the thing that I think I do the best, and put all of my dreams and hopes into that, I have the support of my friends and family and my community, and feels pretty good. So the kind of concept behind this is follow your dream, and the dream starts off simple. And if you check out my comment sections, one of the last comments was from somebody who said, I don't quite own a baritone or a ukulele yet. I'm gonna convince one of my parents to grab one of those, and I want to play and write music like Queen, and went on with a whole bunch of other different names, and I love it. Go with that. And the suggestions that I talked to them about with strumming, you can practice that. If you have an issue with notation, you can practice that. The concept is knowing how to practice. So the first things first is acquire an instrument in your budget. The best thing to do is get something that has a solid top on it. Second best thing to do is to hire an educator. Get an instructor. Try 5, 6, 8, 10 lessons. I would assume if you could take 4 to 5 months with an instructor, you will understand the basics of that instrument. Then maybe change instructors. I tend to keep my students for quite a while. So my longest ranging students are now in their like 2 or 3 years of doing music theory, playing every week. I think it's more like a relationship at this point, being able to play these chords and understand what a G major is, G major 7 because it incorporates the 7th of the chord, the F sharp, and then a flat F natural would become the dominant 7 of the chord. Just knowing that a G major 7, G7, G6, almost all of my students and all my young or old, keiki or kapuna, are able to do that. And they understand the process of why I use hand signals for understanding the momentum of where sharps and flats lie. So just a very quick example, since this is what this is all about. If I wanted to know how many sharps and flats are in the key of E, and then play an E on an instrument, I would know that all the notes that are associated would have to be within that key. So if I were to play this note right here, I wouldn't be starting on my lowest tonic. I would have my D, E, E to F sharp, G sharp, A to B, B to C sharp, D sharp, and then we would go to the open E. The concept is any note that's not those notes is gonna sound odd and off. When you know what notes are in a scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, it makes a lot of sense to say stuff like C has no sharps and no flats. C, D, E, F, G has 1 sharp. For first sharp, it is F sharp. So when saying G, A, B, C, D, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, G, A, my brain farted, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. No matter where you play the scale, you're gonna be able to find those tones of being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you know how to manipulate those chords, it makes a lot more sense. Hello, come on. Tell you what, my students here. We'll get back to this at another time. I hope you enjoyed Music Monday. If so, thumbs up, put something in the comment section, and I'll see you next week. Aloha.